Hi, and welcome. Today, we talk about ASMR. If ASMR skincare videos are giving you headaches and anxiety, your nervous system is rejecting fake stimulation. But real skincare, ASMR triggers instant stress relief, spine-tingling sensations, and deep relaxation. The difference between fake torture and neurological bliss changes everything. That's what you will discover in this video. Well, here you have the real story about ASMR skincare, and it will shock you. At the end of this video, you will know the truth about this hype, and you can decide whether it's good for you or not. Let's start. 99% of you are doing skincare ASMR completely wrong, and it's actually making your stress worse. You guys, I've been watching these so-called ASMR skincare routines, flooding your feeds. And I'm honestly disgusted by what I'm seeing. Here's what nobody's telling you. Those perfectly manicured hands tapping on glass bottles. That artificial whispering over $200 serums. It's all theater. Pure marketing manipulation designed to sell you products while completely missing the real science behind what ASMR can do for your skin and your sanity. Let me tell you about Priscilla, a 42-year-old client who came to me after spending literally hundreds on trendy ASMR skincare products she saw on TikTok. She was more anxious than ever. Her skin looked terrible, and she felt like a complete failure. Why? Because she was chasing the wrong kind of stimulation entirely. Trust me on this. What I'm about to reveal will change everything you thought you knew about combining skincare with ASMR. We're talking about triggering actual neurological responses that flood your brain with feel-good hormones while simultaneously transforming your complexion. But first, you need to understand why everything you've been told is wrong. And again, the beauty industry doesn't want you to know this secret because it would destroy their entire business model. They'd rather keep you buying product after product, chasing that elusive tingle that never comes. But today, we're exposing the truth. You guys, the skincare ASMR content you're consuming is actually programming your brain for failure. Here's the devastating reality. Watching someone else apply products triggers zero of the neurological benefits that real ASMR provides. You're literally training your nervous system to expect stimulation that will never come. Let me break down this catastrophe. Real ASMR triggers the release of dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins, the holy trinity of feel-good hormones. But here's what's happening instead. You're watching these videos, getting a tiny dopamine hit from the visual. But your touch receptors, the most powerful ASMR triggers, are completely ignored. It's like trying to satisfy hunger by looking at pictures of food. And don't even get me started on those ridiculous skincare routines with 47 different products. Listen to me. Your skin doesn't need that chaos, and your nervous system certainly doesn't. Every time you pile on product after product, frantically trying to recreate what you saw online, you're creating sensory overload, not sensory pleasure. Here's the real kicker. Research shows that only 20% of people actually experience ASMR responses. But the beauty industry is marketing to 100% of consumers as if everyone will get those magical tingles. What about the other 80%? They're left feeling broken, wondering why they can't achieve what every influencer claims is so relaxing and transformative. But the worst part? Most of you are rushing through your routines, thinking more products equals better results. You're missing the entire point. ASMR isn't about speed or quantity. It's about intentional, mindful stimulation that calms your nervous system while nourishing your skin. When you rush, you're destroying both benefits simultaneously. Now, let's talk about what's actually happening in your brain when you do this, right? You guys, this is where it gets absolutely fascinating and why I'm so passionate about educating you on the real science. When you experience genuine ASMR through skincare, your brain releases a cocktail of neurohormones that most people only dream about accessing naturally. We're talking about dopamine for pleasure and motivation, oxytocin for bonding and stress relief, and endorphins, your body's natural morphine. This isn't some wellness woo-woo. This is hard neuroscience. But here's what blew my mind when I first discovered this. Your sense of touch is the most intense ASMR trigger, up to 3 times more powerful than sound or sight. Think about it. Those online videos can only stimulate 2 of your 5 senses. But real skincare, ASMR, engages all of them simultaneously. Touch, smell, sight, sound, and even taste if you're using lip treatments. Let me tell you about Maria, 38-year-old, who was having panic attacks during her commute. After implementing proper skincare ASMR techniques, her cortisol levels dropped by 40% within 2 weeks. Her dermatologist couldn't believe the improvement in her stress-related breakouts. But here's the crazy part. She was only spending 10 minutes each evening on her routine. Not the hour-long marathon sessions she used to do. The autonomic nervous system, and that's your fight or flight response, literally shifts into rest and digest mode when you engage in mindful multisensory skincare. Your blood pressure drops, your heart rate slows, and your skin's natural repair mechanisms kick into overdrive. It's like meditation and skincare had a baby, and that baby was a miracle worker. But most people never experience this because they're doing everything backwards. They're overstimulating when they should be soothing, rushing when they should be savoring. And worst of all, they're letting other people's routines dictate their own nervous system responses. All right, you guys, this is where we completely revolutionize your routine. Forget everything you think you know about skincare, ASMR, and please listen carefully. First, we're going to talk about touch, your secret weapon that everyone's ignoring. You need products that feel incredible on your fingertips before they even reach your face. I'm talking about rich, creamy textures that warm up as you massage them, creating that delicious tingling sensation that travels from your scalp down your spine. Clay masks are absolute game changers here. When you apply a quality clay mask, it literally heats up from your body temperature, creating warmth that your nervous system interprets as comfort and safety. But here's the key. You have to slow down. Take at least 30 seconds feeling the product between your fingers before applying it. Now let's talk smell, the sense that bypasses your logical brain and goes straight to your emotional center. Citrus scents like lemon literally boost alertness and mood within seconds. Lavender triggers your parasympathetic nervous system, telling your body it's safe to relax. But most products use synthetic fragrances that actually block these natural responses. Here's what worked for Jennifer, a 45-year-old teacher dealing with chronic stress. She started using naturally scented products and spent the first minute of her routine just inhaling deeply. Within a week, her evening anxiety completely disappeared, and her students started commenting on how much calmer she seemed. Sound is where most people get it totally wrong. You don't need whale songs or nature sounds. You need to tune into the actual sounds your skincare routine creates. The gentle squish of cream dispensing, the soft pat as you apply toner, the satisfying click of closing a well-made jar. These natural sounds are far more triggering than any artificial audio overlay. For sight, presentation matters more than you think. Beautiful packaging isn't just vanity. It's visual stimulation that primes your brain for relaxation. But here's the insider secret. Dim lighting is crucial. Harsh bathroom lighting destroys the ASMR response before it even begins. The magic happens when all these senses work together in harmony, not competition. This is why those single sense videos fail so miserably at creating lasting calm. You guys, let me expose the biggest product lies in the ASMR skincare world right now. Those influencers showing you $150 serums in pretty bottles. Half of them have textures that feel like water and provide zero sensory satisfaction. Here's what you actually need. Products that engage multiple senses simultaneously while delivering real skincare benefits. I'm talking about products with rich, luxurious textures that warm up on contact. Natural fragrances that trigger immediate relaxation responses. And packaging that makes the entire experience feel like a ritual, not a chore. And above all, this doesn't have to be expensive, or you can make it yourself. Clay-infused masks are your holy grail here. They provide that incredible warming sensation as they activate. They smell earthy and grounding. And they give you a legitimate reason to spend 15 minutes doing absolutely nothing but focusing on the sensations on your skin. But skip anything with synthetic fragrances or artificial colors. They'll actually inhibit your ASMR response. Let me tell you about Rachel's transformation. She's 41, works in finance, and was spending $200 a month on trendy skincare that left her feeling more stressed than ever. I introduced her to simple, sensory-rich products that cost less than a third of her previous routine. Within a month, her coworkers were asking what she'd changed, because she looked years younger and infinitely more relaxed. For cleansing, you want something creamy that transforms as you massage it in. Oil cleansers are incredible for this. They warm up from your body heat, smell naturally pleasant, and create that satisfying emulsification process that's visually and tactily fascinating. Hydrating masks with unique textures are absolute game changers. Look for hydrogel masks that feel cool and slightly weighted on your skin, creating that perfect sensory contrast that your nervous system craves. But here's the crucial part. Avoid anything marketed specifically as a SMR skincare. It's usually overpriced garbage designed to capitalize on a trend rather than deliver real results. The best ASMR skincare products don't even know they're ASMR products. And please, for the love of your sanity, stop buying products just because they look good in videos. If it doesn't feel amazing in your hands and on your skin, it's worthless for ASMR purposes, no matter how many views it has on TikTok. This is where most people completely miss the point, you guys. They think ASMR skincare is about the products. But it's actually about training your brain to enter a meditative state through sensory focus. Here's the revolutionary technique that changed everything for my clients instead of rushing through your routine while mentally planning tomorrow's to-do list. You're going to practice what I call sensory anchoring. For each product you use, spend exactly 30 seconds focusing on just one sense at a time. Start with sight and really look at the product. What's its color? How's it catch the light? How does it change as you warm it between your fingers? Then shift to smell. 3 deep breaths, really processing how the scent affects your mood and energy. Then touch, focus entirely on texture, temperature, and how it feels as it spreads across your skin. Let me share Lisa's story. She's a 39-year-old marketing director who used to have insomnia so bad she was taking prescription sleep aids. After implementing this sensory anchoring technique with her evening skincare routine, she was falling asleep naturally within 20 minutes of finishing. Her doctor was shocked when she asked to be weaned off her medication after just 6 weeks. Face masking becomes your meditation time. Most masks need 10 to 15 minutes to work anyway, so use that time intentionally. Start with a body scan. Mentally check in with every part of your body, starting from the top of your head and moving down to your toes. Notice where you're holding tension and consciously release it. Then practice breath work. 4 counts in. Hold for 4, out for 6. This specific pattern triggers your vagus nerve, which signals your entire nervous system to shift into rest mode. The mask creates a physical reminder to keep breathing consciously, rather than letting your mind wander to stress. Here's the advanced technique that separates amateurs from experts. Create a personal mantra that you repeat during your routine. Something like, I am nurturing my body and calming my mind, or this moment is just for me. It sounds simple, but it trains your brain to associate skincare time with deep relaxation and self-care rather than just another task to complete. You guys, the transformations I've witnessed from proper skincare ASMR implementation are honestly mind-blowing. We're not just talking about better skin. We're talking about complete nervous system regulation that affects every aspect of your life. Within the first week, most people notice improved sleep quality. Your evening skincare routine becomes a signal to your brain that it's time to wind down, creating a natural transition from day stress to nighttime rest. Sarah, who I mentioned earlier, Went from taking 2 hours to fall asleep to 20 minutes just by implementing these techniques. By week 2, stress-related skin issues start clearing up. When your cortisol levels drop consistently, your skin stops producing excess oil, inflammation decreases, and that chronic tension in your facial muscles releases. You literally start looking more relaxed because you are more relaxed. But here's what shocked me the most: the confidence transformation. When you spend 10 to 15 minutes every day in mindful self-care, touching your face gently and intentionally, you develop a completely different relationship with your appearance. You stop seeing flaws and start seeing skin that deserves care and attention. Maria, the executive I mentioned, told me that her coworkers started asking if she'd had work done because she looked so much younger and more vibrant. But the real change was internal. She'd finally found a way to consistently access calm in her chaotic life. Now, let me be clear about realistic expectations. This isn't magic. It's neuroscience applied consistently. You won't experience dramatic ASMR responses immediately if you're part of that 80% who don't naturally experience strong ASMR. But you will experience the relaxation and mindfulness benefits that improve both your skin and your overall well-being. The key is consistency without obsession. 5 days a week is perfect. Your nervous system needs some variation to prevent habituation. And remember, this is about quality, not quantity. 10 mindful minutes beats 30 rushed minutes every single time. Your skin will thank you. Your stress levels will plummet. And you'll finally understand why skincare ASMR became so popular in the first place. But now you're doing it right, focusing on your sensory experience rather than trying to replicate someone else's performance. Trust me on this. Once you experience real skincare ASMR, you'll never go back to mindless product application again. This is self-care that actually works, skincare that actually relaxes, and a routine that becomes the highlight of your day rather than another obligation to check off your list. Thank you for watching my video, and if you like it, please like and subscribe. Comments are welcome.